but you gotta keep your head up. Oh.
Got me?
Yeah, we're good. Okay, so when did you first learn to play
When I
bass?
first learned to play bass, okay, I was probably 10 when I first picked one up. I'm left-handed, for those who may notice. Some people don't notice for a while, but my dad plays bass, and so he was playing, all my life. And so when I was like 10, I started picking up his instrument, but it fit me backwards, obviously. So then I would turn it around, and Mentos. Help yourself. So
Endorsement deal.
yeah. Endorsement deal right here. Endorsement deal 1. Andy Gravator being now sponsored by Mentos. That's great. We even got rainbow, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
So anyways, to answer your question, I was probably 10 when I first started picking it up. But by the time I was, I think, 11 or 12, my dad said, you know what, I'm going to buy him a cheap little lefty bass to get him started because I'm strictly left-handed. I can't really do much at all with my right. So about 12 years old, I started playing. Yeah.
That's awesome. Who are your musical roots and influences? Or who are your influences?
Well, I kind of, the first answer kind of answers the question to the second question, which is my dad. My dad was playing, and I grew up just listening to him play all the time. So and as a little boy, at least until you hit puberty, you're like, I want to be like Dad. I want to be like Dad. So I just wanted to be like Dad, and Dad played bass, so I wanted to play bass. So that was initially my start. But then once my dad kind of turned me on to some other people too, like Abraham Laboriel is an older cat who I've always looked up to because my dad did too. And then in general, I didn't know a lot of bass players' names, but I listened and adapted to certain styles, like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, still is one of my all-time favorite groups. Who else? Tower of Power. A lot of stuff from the Bay Area, because I grew up in the Bay Area of California. So a lot of old funk and gospel, actually. Fred Hammond was a big influence of mine as well.
How did you and Andy meet?
Andy? I met Andy, actually, believe it or not, through an audition in Pasadena, which is the city in California where I live now. He was with a different management group. Gosh, this might have been, I think we're pushing 4 years now.
There we go.
I think it's pretty before. Do you remember these days? Yeah, I remember. We were doing Crimson, I think was the record label he was with, or something like that, and they were doing auditions. They were trying to get his band going, and so I auditioned on a whim. It was like, man, I'm trying to think if it was a random internet thing or a recommendation. I don't really remember, but it was funny because it turned out to be between me and his good friend Josh Nyback, who's a buddy of his who plays bass, and he was kind of choosing between me and him, from what I remember. Josh Nyback was his roommate and like a good friend, so I'm like, even myself, I was like, well, I'm gonna just use Josh. But Josh at the time was starting to get busy with Colby Calais, who Josh is here now, which is fun because Josh is Andy's friend. He's actually playing bass with Colby currently, so we see him all the time on this tour. But that was probably 4 years ago, so that's when we first met. And then he started doing his own thing. We did an album. We did a small album together. Some of you guys might have it. You might be able to find it. It's the one called Bright Lights.
Unsofter Colors.
Unsofter Colors.
Yeah.
We did that album. That's when I first met him. We rehearsed, we did that album. And then he kind of got on his own and started selling that album by himself, him and the cajon player. Hadn't heard from him for like a year maybe. And then he hit me back up when he got new management. Said, hey, put your band back together, And I kind of actually re-auditioned. And got it again, I guess.
That's pretty cool. What do you really enjoy about with the crowd, and how do you like to interact with them? And what is one of the perks of touring? Sorry.
So that's 3 questions in one. Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
Well.
So what do I enjoy? I'll answer them all.
Not really.
What do I enjoy about the crowd?
Oh wait, no, actually. Oh, one of the perks of touring. Sorry, I wrote something else.
No problem. So what are the perks of touring?
Yeah. Mentos.
Fresh maker. No, actually, that's not. Well, it could be perk Mentos. Thank you. Perks of touring. I'm sorry, I'm stalling. Not because I think there's no perks, but I don't
Teary-eyed? No.
No. I think that perks. Seeing one for me, I think everybody's different. It depends on what you like. If you don't mind being cooped up in a car, if you do, you might see something different. But I actually kind of enjoy seeing all different places. Like, I can officially say that I know America.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. It's actually straight like we're well up to a city, and I'm like, I think I could get around here, and I like that. I'm a big fan of like directions and maps and stupid stuff like that. So I literally think if you drop me off anywhere in America, I could get home without a GPS or an iPhone.
Nice.
And that's actually kind of fun. I'm a big fan of traveling in when it comes to that. So that's a perk. Also, then of course the best thing for us about touring is just the 45 minutes we get to play. That is a huge perk. I mean, if you're doing what you love to do, seeing people enjoying what you're putting out is the perk right there. And unfortunately, the perk is only about 45 minutes, but we enjoy it while we got it, and then it's like back to work, you know.
What's your favorite part about being a musician?
Favorite part about being a musician? It's a deep one. I think for me, my favorite part about being a musician is it being able to interact with people that you don't even know, which is kind of cool because you could never have met somebody who's in the crowd, but then you play or you do something and they like it, you enjoy their reaction, and there's this like synergy thing happening without even actually knowing the person. And then when you do get off the stage and you meet them, you feel like you've kind of been friends for a minute already, which is really, that's a weird thing, and that doesn't happen in many industries. It kind of takes a while for you to warm up to the environment or to that person in the industry. For music, I feel like if you've made a cool connection with the crowd or whatever, eye contact, just they're feeling the music, they're digging what you're doing, vice versa. That's something very unique. I feel about music, that you kind of got a friendship instantly. Like I feel like any of the fans I could be friends with just based on the Andy music alone. You know?
Is it hard to be away from home so often?
Yes. Yes, it is. It is tough to be. It's very tough to be away from home sometimes. Especially, we've been at this now since I look back. I've been carrying like a journal of all these stuff and things, places we've been going and stuff. And I think we started in March. Yeah, my journal says through. So that's been. And now we're pushing into September. So that's like almost 6 months, pushing 5 months. We've been at it pretty hard, and there's nice things about home. I mean, it's true. You just love your own bed. Can't lie. You love your own bed. So that is. You don't love your bed?
What bed?
Oh, you don't have a bed. My bad. Tour manager doesn't have a bed. He sleeps in the van all the time. He's here 24/7. But yeah, I enjoy it, but it's like I said, it gets tough. It does get tough being away from home. You miss your friend. For me, I'm a big family man, and brothers, sisters, my lady, they're all at home, and so of course you miss home after a while. Yeah.
Who's on your playlist?
A playlist. Andy Grammer. My playlist. Gosh, it's actually tough because lately, for what I do, I mean, I get to play with Andy. That's awesome, and I love it and a privilege. But I also get to play with other artists because I kind of have to hustle and be playing with as many people as I can, and until Andy's got me on salary full time. But until then, I'm constantly listening to stuff that I need to learn, which is sometimes a bummer. And that's the stuff I'm learning I enjoy. So currently I'm learning some Persian music, and so I'm listening on my playlist nothing but strange to my ears Persian music, and I got 16 tracks to learn by Tuesday, and so I'm just listening to Persian music. So if you asked me this question like 2 months ago when I maybe didn't have work, we were on a break or something, it would probably be I have a 6 CD changer in my car, right? Or my iPod I put it on just random, just let it go. But if I like to use my car as the example because CD1's probably got some kind of funk in there, some old school like funk, and then CD2 might have
Justin Bieber.
No, Justin. CD2 would probably have something that's very current, that's like Script or Rum Republic. And then I like to throw in some jazz just to like chill out, like a straight old school, straight ahead jazz stuff, because I love that stuff. I try to keep it. I intentionally, mindfully think about what I'm listening to, and I try to make it very diverse on purpose. So I'm not that type of person that listens to CDs from front to back. I put everything on random and just go for it. So to answer your question, it kind of depends on what I'm learning. If I had my way, I would just throw my thing on random and just hear something different every time. Yeah.
What are you reading currently?
Ooh. Currently, I'm reading 2 books currently. One's called Cool, Hot, and Blue. No, Cool, Blue, and... Hold on. So I don't butcher this. These are the 2 books I'm reading currently.
Can I walk across?
Yeah.
So currently I'm reading these 2 books. I also make sure I get the title right. This one's called Cool, Hot, and Blue. It's like a history of jazz for young people. It's an old book in the 70s or something, and I was reading another article about jazz music, and this was recommended as a good basis in history of jazz. So I got it on half.com. I don't know if y'all know about half.com. Beautiful. Got it for like $1. Boom. That's what I'm reading. I'm kind of the same way with my reading because I love to read. I'm the same way I am with reading as I am with music. I try to intentionally diversify. So I might have some like what I call my light reading will be like Harry Potter. Just finished book 3. I'm a little late, and now I'm officially a Harry Potter geek. But yeah, I need to get book 4. Anybody want to let me borrow it? Anybody? Let me borrow it? Okay. I'll send it back to you. Kate Vogel's band got me hooked on Harry Potter. So through the last tour we did with Kate Vogel and Natasha Bedingfield, I got into book all the way up to book 3. So my light reading is usually a Harry Potter book currently. My musical reading has been on jazz. My Christian reading, because I'm a Christian, this is what I like to read. This is called Basic Christianity. It's something that's just talking about how the basis of it all began, all the core beliefs and stuff like that. So I've been reading this too, just to kind of get a base of where I believe and why I believe what I believe. So, yeah.
What is your favorite app on your phone?
Ooh. Currently, and this is no joke, my favorite app on my phone, because I just got it working, is Master Tour. Is that how you say it? Master Tour, right? Yeah, Master Tour. It is very helpful. I'm kind of a needs-to-know kind of cat, which is a bad thing. I'm like naturally a leader, and so I'm constantly like want to know schedules and writing, organizing stuff down in my own day and in my journal and everything like that. So being on tour, you don't have to lead anything. You kind of just sit back and you just go with the flow, and whatever the tour manager says do, you do. And so at times that's been tough for me. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening with the day? So Master Tour is something that they can throw up with everything of the day, or all the way up until the end of the tour. Details, nitty gritty, like everything to the T. So now I can just pop up Master Tour, and I don't even got to ask as many questions. Probably makes his life a little bit easier too, because we don't have to say what time we're going to be there. It's like there, who's coming, blah, 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 the location, where we're staying, all that stuff. So Master Tour.
Favorite song to sing in the shower?
Bum, 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 bum. Does anybody know what that's from?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's my favorite song to sing in the shower, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why. And I sing it that ridiculous, actually.
Well, that's everything. So.
Cool, man.